All right, welcome in. It is a brand new edition of the RSL Show. I'm Alex Napoles. That's Josh Clark, and we're here to bring you the latest and the greatest with Real Salt Lake. And of course, Josh, I think the greatest has to be them kids are all right, man.
Them kids are all right. Been pretty impressive so far.
Pretty good showings. We'll talk a little bit about the Vancouver one too, since we missed. But Real Salt Lake starting off the season 1-0-1. You get the win at home against Seattle. Of course, you take the loss at Vancouver, but nonetheless, you have guys like Luka Moisa, who have been fantastic to start the season. You have guys like Aiden Herzakani, who has his performances rewarded with a goal against Seattle. And then, of course, you have the debut of Sanabria, the debut of Morgan Giavogi, who both I thought looked fantastic. And there's a certain buzz now, Josh. I know we're 2 games in, right? We're going to try not to overreact, but I feel very different about the roster and this team to where I was in the preseason, for sure.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I still have some serious concerns about the protection in front of that back three.
Yeah,
I don't trust that back three. I think the biggest thing that I've noticed, in the last 2 games is that we're still vulnerable, especially to a counter through the midfield. Especially after Moisa's come off the field, I feel like we've lost a little bit there in protecting the back three. And become more vulnerable to attack. But man, going forward, we actually look pretty good. Oddly enough, 2 games in, I know we talked about how many games we're giving it, yada, yada, yada. But I have not been disappointed.
And I think that's the biggest thing right now. It's just we take it a little bit sort of game by game, not overreact too much to what we're seeing. But there are a lot of positives and there are negatives, as you're mentioning, that we'll definitely dive into. But just overall, I feel like it does feel a lot better than what we thought what was going to be going into the season. And the attack at times looks really, really good.
Right. And it's missing Olatunji. It's missing Luna. You know what I mean? So it's, I don't know if this is a case of the kids are showing what they've got, right? I don't know if this is going to fall off once the starters come back. Who knows? Time's definitely going to tell, but again, very positive stuff from these youngsters.
Yeah, that lineup. So when we recorded last, it was the Wednesday heading into that game against Vancouver, and literally that day, that training day, ended up being really bad for Real Salt Lake in the sense that they lost Diego Luna that day. They lost Victor Olatunji that day. They lost Lucas and Gale that day. There was a lot of injuries that came out of that Wednesday practice. So Thursday morning, obviously, we get some news starting to trickle down that Luka Moisa is all of a sudden going to get his first start. And more injury news came out throughout the course of Thursday and Friday. And then, of course, you see the lineup Saturday. And there's reason for concern, man. I thought for sure we were going to chalk it up to a pretty nasty loss to Vancouver on the road to start off the season. But, man, those kids held their own. Luka Moisa impressed in that Vancouver loss. Aiden impressed in that Vancouver loss. Ari Pule was probably the biggest negative in that Vancouver loss. And I don't we'll get into Ari Pule, but there was a lot of positives. There was a lot of negatives in that Vancouver game, but ultimately you lose 1-0. But you felt coming out of it a lot better than you did going into that game.
And, the worst part about the Vancouver game and it being the first game is it only took one game for Pro to screw it up, right?
Yes.
I think it sucks that you come away from that game going, I can't even think about my team's performance because we just got screwed.
Yeah.
So
how is it the year 2026 and we don't have VAR lines in a spot where you can see whether or not Alex Catranis was offside or not?
Not only the offside, but the red card.
Yes.
That was not given.
Yeah.
And then given retroactively, right? I think there's nothing more frustrating than them missing it, video review missing it, and then them getting retroactively punished.
Yeah.
Very annoying.
Sabi gets hit with a fine and a suspension after his challenge on Luka Moisa.
Right.
Luka Moisa getting a little bit of his welcome to the league moment. But Drew Fisher, who is typically one of the best referees in this league, didn't take a second look at it. No VAR intervention. It was handed off.
Which is crazy.
Yeah. It was a weird situation for sure. Because, I mean, we saw it and immediately we texted each other and we were like, hey, that's a red. And
That's absolutely
literally nothing gets done about it. And then you move on, man. You move on and you take on the 1-0 loss. And then later in the week, Sabi gets suspended and kind of goes to prove that Real Salt Lake fans had every right to be upset about the challenge.
I think so too, right? At least, at the very least, we can feel validated, but it's extremely frustrating that, we didn't have that opportunity to play up a man.
Yeah. And I hate that it happened. One, because obviously Real Salt Lake should have been up a man. But two, because like you were mentioning it takes away from the performance, which again, I thought I know there's no moral victories. I know there's no, you can't take away the fact that you didn't get any points. But overall, I mean, there was a lot of positives, and the conversation wasn't around Luka Moisa, and it wasn't around Aiden Herzakani or the positives that you saw from Real Salt Lake. It was just about the officiating, which that's a trend I want to leave in 2025 , man. Right. We already had too many.
2023 and 2022 and 2021.
We already had too many of those last season, man. Like, it's now about the young guys. It's now about the kids, and that's what I want to focus on. I don't want it to be a conversation about pro as it is every single season for us.
Right, and having to have it game one is crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Right. Well, you move on to Seattle, man, and the good news for the Seattle game coming into this one, it was already known that Sanabria was going to be ready. It was already known that Giavogi was going to be ready. It sounded like as far as Stein Spearings goes, it's still going to be a little bit of timeout. Same with Arias. Arias is dealing with an injury. His visa and stuff has already been completed. That's already done, but he is actually dealing with some sort of a knock. And so Luna was 50-50 going into this game. Victor was 50-50 going into this game. But the lineup comes out, and of course you roll on with some debuts in the case of Sanabria, but in the sense that you still have a lot of the young guys coming out and playing. Pablo Mastroeni rewards the guys who played fantastic against Vancouver, but at the same time out of necessity because there's still so many players out.
Yeah, and it was good to see him get another run out, especially against a really good Seattle team. That's two really good tests for these young guys.
Absolutely, and I think both have passed with flying colors.
Absolutely.
Obviously, there's still stuff in their game and stuff in their performances that we can nitpick and say, oh, they need to improve on this. But I mean, just coming in for your first MLS minutes, for being 17-18, and in the case of Aiden, for being able to score a volley of that magnitude.
It's a beauty.
Oh, it's so phenomenal.
Beauty. And that ball from Sanabria, dude, oh my Lord. I'm already a fan. Let's go.
Didn't take much time for Sanabria to make a difference, man. We talked about it, during the transfer drama of how much this guy can be a difference maker, and you see it within, oh man, how many minutes did it take for them to score in this one?
Did Kirk cook? Did he cook this time?
I'm starting to think he did, man.
I know one game's very small sample size, but Sanabria looks great. Giavogi, I'm very impressed with his very brief cameo.
Yeah.
So, I mean, maybe we did something.
That's the hope. And that's the look as of this moment, because Sanabria was fantastic. Giavogi looked great in the minutes that he got. I thought even Sergi Solans did a couple of really nice things, aside from missing.
That goal.
I know. All of a sudden, again, there's a different feeling to this RSL team than we had a couple months ago. And I have to say, Josh, you do not win that game against Seattle without Rafa Cabral.
Absolutely not. We get destroyed.
Anybody else is in goal. Anybody else is in goal for that game. You lose. You tie or you lose it.
Oh, I think it's a 4-5-2 result.
Yeah.
I mean, Cabral had some absolute stellar saves.
Plenty of chances for Seattle. Cabral comes up big as he does, and rightfully so, man. Cabral continuing his performance that we saw last season. But this is where we get into the negatives, right? This is where we get into...
this is where you get in my concern of the back line still, right?
Yeah.
It's not steady.
I think it's going to take a minute for... First of all, I think it's going to take a minute for them to really figure out their shape defensively and figure out the defensive tactic. Because I thought there was too many times where Paul Rothrock and Jesus Ferreira were kind of free to do whatever they wanted on the wings. Mm-hmm. And I feel like that comes down to Gozo getting back and becoming a right wing back, and Sanabria getting back and becoming that left wing back, and supporting your center backs. That also comes down to Moisa and Caliscan getting back and supporting those center backs. So I think as far as the tactic of and being able to come back and support, I think that still needs some fine tuning and that still needs to be figured out. But I think you also need to figure out what you're going to get from Lucas Angel, who I thought didn't necessarily did anything to stand out or really do anything defensively to impress.
Yeah, no, it's very, very much an upgraded Eric Holt to me from that performance. I know it's early to, put that in there, but yeah, out of the debutantes,
you saw what he did last season with Cincinnati, and so the proof is there. Like, he can be better, and he can do better. So I think it's just a moment of adapting with Justin Glad. This is his first game, his first minutes with Real Salt Lake. That's not a preseason game.
Right.
That needs to be figured out. Justin Glad needs to figure it out.
All I know is if we played LAFC, we would have been just demolished, right?
Yeah.
With the shape, like any through ball, any ball over the top, any counterattack with pace, and we're going to be in trouble.
You know who I thought actually did a pretty fine job, though, after coming in? Philip Quinton.
Yeah. He's always steady, right? He's just a steady player. You kind of know exactly what you're going to get out of him.
I thought for him to step up and come in and fill in for DeAndre after DeAndre gets added onto the injury list, right? After what happened to him in Vancouver, I thought Philip Quinton did a good job coming in and filling in, man.
Yeah, I mean, defense is a bit of a question mark still, but I think, if 3 of these new signings work out and the kids are performing, RSL can be in a pretty good spot, right? And you can start to see some fresh looks and maybe some things we're not used to seeing.
Yeah.
That being said, we really got to figure out offensively, and we got to figure these injuries out, right? We lost Ari Pule, as we all saw. Like, they're just stacking up. Were we practicing like by the 49er stadium? I don't know, but it's starting to feel that way, right? So 2 games in, though, I'm not severely disappointed, but there's some things to be positive about, and that's weird coming from me.
A lot of positives, but again, a lot of things that need to be fixed, and a lot of things that can be better for Real Salt Lake as far as those the first 2 performances go. Another player that I want to talk about real quick, Josh, is of course Ari Pule. The unfortunate news that we get out of practice earlier this week is, we heard in the press conference it looked like an Achilles, but further testing was going to be done, and then of course Pablo Mastroeni confirms in a post practice press conference that Ari Pule, it is a torn Achilles. It is, and he went under the knife, and so Ari Pule will probably be out for the remainder of the season.
Most likely, if not, maybe come playoff time, right? Depending on his recovery. I feel like Achilles injuries, that recovery time does seem to be speeding up for some.
Yeah.
But man, it's really disappointing for him. I feel like, Vancouver was a little rough, but he looked a lot brighter than he did last year. And then I thought against Seattle, he was actually pretty impressive. I really liked what I was seeing out of him. So, to get your goal and then to immediately have a season and an injury, man, that is just, that's heartbreaking, right? You really have to feel for the player. I was kind of disappointed in the broadcast because they kept showing him on the bench, having his emotions, and rightfully so. Like, he's absolutely entitled to those emotions, and I'm proud of him, but you don't need to like zoom in on his face while he's, having a career ending, not a career ending,
potential season ending,
but a season ending for sure.
Yeah. So
yeah, it just really sucks that, he gets his goal. He looks like he's on the up and up, right? He's had his opportunity because the starter's out, and Yubogi is just barely getting it. Timing couldn't be worse for the guy.
Yeah.
It's something that could really set his career back, as sad as it is.
We talked about it in the preseason, man. We talked about it coming into this year. It's such a pivotal season for Ari Pule to either make it or break it, essentially, to figure it out at the MLS level. And you're right. There was bright spots from him in Vancouver. There was bright spots for him against Seattle. you can see that there's development there, and you can see that there's positive things coming out of RPL, and then again, game 2 of the season for him to have that Achilles, man, it's absolutely gutting, and so we wish nothing but the best for Ari, man.
But also, like, not to downplay the situation, what's up with the kit man misspelling his name game 2? Come on now. Ari Powell?
Apparently for the first half it was fine. I guess whatever kit switch he made at halftime, the second one was the one that was misspelled. And so in the second half, when he scores his goal too, is the one that has it misspelled. So
Man,
come on, RSL Lake.
that's brutal. You have one job. Yes.
You're right. No, you have one job, man.
That sucks. You gotta spell the name right, especially when it's 4 letters.
Now that you have the news of Ari Peel, obviously Victor Olatunji was 50-50 coming into this game. He still might be 50-50 heading into the weekend. What else do you have at striker, Josh?
Barea?
That actually bring up a good point. The roster profiles came out earlier last week, and one of the things that I thought was interesting was Barea was unavailable. He's on loan to the Monarchs. So we probably won't see much of Barea.
That's too bad.
Yeah.
Remember when he was going to be a RSL savior last year during preseason?
Oh yeah. Him alongside Ajago.
Yeah, that worked out well.
So now, I mean, if you look at the depth chart, you have Sergi, and you probably rely on Giavogi, and of course, that's if Victor isn't good to go against Atlanta coming up this weekend.
Yeah, honestly though, if he's not good to go, let's not rush it. Let's make sure these guys are 100%, so we're not just really screwed.
Yep. The curious thing about Victor's, it's an eye injury. And
okay, then play him.
Well, from the sounds of it, is because of what happened, he wasn't allowed to run. Like he wasn't even allowed to like. Oh,
like he could run his retina loose or something?
I don't know what it was exactly. But
okay, then let's not risk it. We don't need him going blind.
He wasn't even allowed to run.
Eye patch, soccer player, could be pretty sick.
Yes. If he's good, throw an eye patch on there, man. Get him out there, and we'll see what Victor's got. Because I'm honestly very excited for Victor this season.
I am too, especially if Sanabria is going to be dishing like he was. Woo.
Absolutely. But if not, I'm ready to see Morgan get the opportunity.
Absolutely.
And I'm ready to see Sergi get that opportunity, because the cameos that they made against Seattle, I thought they looked really well. Obviously, Sergi had an opportunity, and then Morgan had some really amazing passes in behind the defense. In fact, one of them was to Sergi to set up that first opportunity.
That ball was disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
So was the ball for Peel's goal from Philip Quinton.
To Gozo.
To Gozo. Yeah. Beauties. Also, Gozo, dude.
If you're getting passes like that from your center back,
you're feeling it. You're feeling good.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to bring up is Gozo's role with Real Salt Lake.
Unbelievable. He's unbelievable.
For him to be 18, isn't 18 yet?
He might be now. He's still a baby.
For him to be one of these academy kids that have been absolutely phenomenal, still 18, for him to be one of these, guys coming out that's been absolutely phenomenal. I mean, you saw glimpses of it last season, and he really broke out last year. But for him to come now in a right wing back role and to still excel the way that he is, absolutely love to see it.
Yeah, it's gonna be trouble holding on to him.
Absolutely.
More so than Luna.
Absolutely.
By a mile. Yeah.
I've already seen some people on Twitter try to convince other people that he has a shot of making that World Cup roster, man.
I mean, doubt it.
A very outside chance.
That's a very outside chance. I mean, no minutes with the senior team, getting tossed in at the World Cup seems crazy. Wilder things have happened. I mean, if he goes off the next 4 or 5 games, you almost can't not take him,
Yeah.
right? But that would be crazy. I would be like, I mean, sick, but I mean, there's a solid chance Luna doesn't make the roster. Let's be real.
To those people on Twitter trying to hype up Gozo to make a World Cup roster, like, I absolutely love it, because any type of look that you can get on Xavier Gozo, let's take it.
Absolutely.
But it might be a little, if he had like an actual senior cap under his belt,
more realistic.
Yeah, I might think about it, but it just seems like a very outside chance.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if there's some injuries, we're a little light. I don't know.
You bring up Diego Luna, man, and it sucks that he's out injured. It's unfortunate that he's out injured, especially during a World Cup year, man. You got to be out there. You just mentioned it. It's his spot's not a lock. You got to be out there performing, and right now he's not.
Yeah, he's at a disadvantage right now, missing the first 2 games.
Absolutely.
There's not that many games before the World Cup, right? So, like, he's going to have to come in and hit the ground running.
Absolutely.
And start scoring and getting assists and creating, or he might not go.
To go back to the Gozo at the right wing back position, I think part of the defensive struggles that we've seen from Real Salt Lake in the early goings of the season have to do a little bit with him still adapting to becoming that right wing back.
That's going to take him time.
Yeah, it's going to take time, but also to the midfielders and Luka Moy. Like, I don't want to say it's Luka Moyes' fault, but I mean, at the same time, like, it's a 17-year-old who's now expected to come in and cover these center backs.
To be honest, both first halves, we've looked really good.
Yeah.
When he's been on the field. We don't start looking shaky until he's come off.
That's a good point.
I don't think it's him.
Is it Pablo Ruiz checking in?
It might be Ruiz. It could be Caliscan. I don't know. But you can go back to both those games, and the second that first sub's made and he comes off, the tide turns, essentially, right? So, I don't know. Something to keep an eye on. I would love to see the inverse, right? I would love to see Caliscan, if the starting midfield is the same, I'd like to see Caliscan come off against Atlanta, and if the same thing happens, we can probably assume it's Ruiz.
Yeah.
But it's very curious. Very curious.
And I'm curious to see if Pablo, wants to put 90 minutes on a 17-year-old.
Why wouldn't you, though? Those are the guys with the energy. Gozo goes 90.
Yeah, but
went 90.
There's also there's also the possibility of overexposure.
I mean,
having him out too much, and then he gets leggy towards the 80th, 90th minute, and then
pull him then, though, right? Go 75.
Okay.
I don't think a 70-year-old is going to get leggy. I don't think a 17-year-old is going to get that leggy. Fair. Those are the guys with energy. I mean, look at Gozo. He up and down, up and down, up and down. He's fine.
Also got our first look at Dominic this past game, and
looks fine.
Had an opportunity.
Yeah.
Had an opportunity there late in the game. There's, again, just a lot of positives that I think that you can point at right now for Real Salt Lake and say that this has potential and things can go really well. Oh, another guy I wanted to bring up is Booth.
Oh, he's actually, okay. Completely forget about him both games.
Right.
But he's been impressive.
Right.
He's giving very, like, Will Johnson, Ned Grabaway performances where he's doing everything right, but not in a flashy way, so you kind of just forget about him, right?
Exactly. I think there's been a lot of discourse online kind of mixed about Booth because he kind of tended to disappear against Vancouver, and there was moments where he kind of disappeared against Vancouver or against Seattle, but I don't think it was necessarily because he was taking himself out of the game. I just think that everything that he did, it's not flashy. It's not stuff
very
that's
workman.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And a little Matt Crook-esque.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will take him on the field over Wolf at this point.
Oh, absolutely.
Anytime.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. I'm glad you brought him up because he deserves some flowers.
He does. Again, not necessarily the flashiest player, but he's been down and dirty with it, and that is something that I can appreciate from a player.
Yeah, he's when you hear, and I know we've complained about it in the past, where guys get too many opportunities because they work hard, right? But that's what he does. Is he does work hard, and you can't appreciate it. You never want a lazy guy out there, a Diogo, as some would talk, So I'll take a not flashy Booth over a lazy Diogo any day.
So there you have it. Real Salt Lake with a 2-1 win over Seattle. A lot of really great positives to take away from that game. Real Salt Lake now heads on the road to take on Atlanta, and Atlanta United, man, have been not so great.
Remember when they first became a team and were just terrifying?
Right. And it's interesting because you have the guy who kind of made that terrifying team run back on that team, and it hasn't been the same, man. And that's not to say like Miguel Almiron has been bad, because I think Almiron has been one of the better players on that roster.
To be completely honest, I forgot he came back.
It's the supporting cast. The supporting cast is not doing Miguel Almiron any favors.
It's very much a roster where they spent all their money on 2 players, 3 players, and everyone else is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's no different than maybe 3/4 of the league. But yeah, their supporting cast of players are not good.
Well, right? I mean, you spent 21 or 20 million, however much you spent on Latte Loth,
yeah,
and he's been uber disappointing.
Yeah, it doesn't help when your very expensive players aren't performing either, right? It's kind of a combo of disasters for them. It'll still be a tough test for RSL though. It's on the road. It's in Atlanta. Yeah, it'll still be a test, but it's a prime opportunity for 3 points on the road, I think.
If there's anybody in the league that I think can figure it out with Atlanta, it has to be Tata Martino.
Yes, absolutely.
But if Tata Martino can't figure it out, you gotta blow up the entire roster.
Oh, every one of them. Almiron, all of it.
Start from scratch, man. A complete rebuild. Because it feels like right now Atlanta's at a tipping point where if Tata can't figure it out, nobody can figure it out. And Absolutely. You just got to start from scratch.
Blow it up.
Blow it all up.
Carlos Bocanegra really did a number on them.
Oh, dude, I know.
And that sucks. He was one of my favorite players.
I also think it doesn't help that the guy that you put the eggs and you put all your eggs in the Garth Lagerwey basket, and it's not his doing, it's not his fault that things have turned out the way that they have. Right. Again, we hope nothing but the best for him and his health. But you put all your eggs in the Garth Lagerwey basket. It was his team to come in and shape and fix and do better, and unfortunately that project's cut short because of his life and his health.
Absolutely.
So
I think Garth would have turned it around too.
I do too, man. There's everything that he's done in the past has proven that he can and he would. Mm-hmm. But again, last season, right, you get the news that he's been diagnosed with cancer. He's no longer with the team, and you have to move on in a new direction. Someone else has to come in and pick up the project where he left off, and it's just kind of a weird in limbo situation for Atlanta, where again you have a really talented roster and some really talented players, but Tata has to figure out how to unlock Latte Loth. He has to figure out how to get Saba and Almiron on the same page, and again, if he can't figure it out, I don't think anybody can.
Yeah, it's too bad. But I think I think RSL does have a good opportunity. I hope to see some guys back. If they're available, it is turf, so let's not get crazy. But
it would be nice to see, at minimum, Diego Luna and Olatunji back.
Yeah, or even an Anelli. Get me an Anelli back. Something.
The unfortunate part with Anelli is that one is a little bit more long term.
Yeah, I know. But we miss him.
We do miss him. And it's unfortunate because I think both of your starting midfielders being unavailable this early in the season isn't doing you any favors. Right, in what we assume is going to be Stein Spearings alongside Emeka Anelli. Having both those guys out sucks. And I think it sucks even more for Emeka, who it does sound like it's going to be a little bit more of a long-term deal with him.
Yeah. And then, I mean, who knows? It might be after the World Cup that they actually start to develop chemistry, right? Like,
yeah,
we're really behind in that aspect for them.
Right. So okay. I think because of that and because of the switch in formation, because of the switch in tactics, I'm still giving a little bit of a pass to the defensive side of the ball.
For now.
But that is the biggest thing that needs to be addressed.
Agreed.
Is just the center backs, their cohesion, the midfielders and their cohesion with the center backs, and then, of course, the wing backs coming back and supporting.
Yep. But promising start.
Good start. Any predictions for Saturday, Josh?
Let's go 2-1 RSL.
I love it. I'm going to go... I'm going to go 2-0 win for Real. So, like,
That'd be nice.
Atlanta lost their first 2 games by the score of 2-0, including San Jose, who beat them 2-0. And that trend will continue. It is their home opener, so I'm sure they'll be jacked up and juiced. But I think Rouse Lake has a really big chance to go in there and get some points, man.
Let's hope so.
Absolutely. Week 3 is about to start, Josh. What has been the biggest surprise for you so far in MLS?
How good LAFC is.
Oh, they look so good, man.
They're the champion of the league at this point. I mean, they're filthy, dude.
It doesn't do you any favors that Houston gets 2 red cards in that game.
No, but like those red cards are a direct result of how dangerous and fast LAFC is on the attack.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
So,
you know, in a team where you have Heung-min Son, you have Denny Bwanga, you have Estacio who scored,
who I think is like the catalyst right now.
Oh,
that
absolutely.
Guy is disgusting.
So he's like Elia Sanchez. When they won the cup that year, they took on Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
Elia Sanchez was the machine, right? Elia Sanchez was the guy who made that team tick. This is Elia Sanchez, but younger and better, and quite frankly better.
By a lot.
You just added that to this LAFC team. Oh man, it's been really great. But you have him, you have Son, you have Bwanga, you have Martinez, who I thought's had a pretty great start to the season. But in that game against Houston, dude, I thought Marky Delgado was their best player.
He was also very good.
Marky had a phenomenal performance. Their starters are freaking amazing. We'll see how their depth holds up throughout the season, right? Can Estacio go uninjured this year?
Any of them, right?
The second one goes down. We'll see how LAFC perform, but for their starters, man, they have a stacked roster.
Yeah, they handled Miami handily, so that's great.
Yep, 3-0 win against Inter Miami.
Yeah.
I think so far for me, man, the biggest surprise as of now has been San Jose.
Yeah, they look pretty good.
In the Western Conference, I'll say San Jose. They've, again, a team who now adds Timo Werner, but in their first 2 games, they've started a lot of younger guys, and they've looked pretty well. And their center back, Mooney, was the catalyst against Sporting Kansas City, scoring 2 goals.
Yeah, we'll see. I'm not ready to buy in on San Jose yet. I still think they're going to finish towards the bottom, but
I still think so too. But they've started off hot, and they've started off hot. They've started off well,
surprisingly so. Yeah.
In the Western Conference, that's the surprise for me. In the Eastern Conference, it has to be the Red Bulls.
Yeah, they're also very good. And I want to clarify, I'm not surprised LAFC is good. I'm surprised at how good they look.
Yes.
They're terrifying.
Yes.
But yeah, New York, the Red Bulls also look very good, which is wild.
Michael Bradley in just 2 games. His first ever head coaching experience, right?
It's better than his dad already.
Most of the guys on the roster, like most of the guys that they're playing, are freaking 17 years old.
I love that, though. I love this. This is what MLS needs to be. Like RSL's doing it right now. San Jose's doing it right now. The Red Bulls are doing it. Play the damn kids.
Yep.
Right? Have some superstars in there, sure, but like let's use the talent we have available to us because there's good talent here.
Yeah.
This is what the league needs to be. I hate that we shifted in that direction, and then the last season and a half, we've kind of shifted back towards the retirement league thing with, Miami buying all of Messi's friends. But yeah, I love seeing teams just killing it with young guys. It's incredible, and that's what it needs to be.
I know a lot of the headlines and a lot of the looks are going to be about Julian Hall, the striker, the 17-year-old striker, who's currently leading the Golden Boot race, by the way.
Love it. Yep.
But to me, the more impressive and the more impressive thing about that team is Mehmeti, the 16-year-old midfielder who's playing alongside Forsberg, and they have looked phenomenal together, man.
I love that combo. Emil Forsberg, grizzled veteran, European player, 16-year-old. It's great. It's fantastic.
It's fantastic, and it's working really well so far for Michael Bradley. Again, kind of the same situation I have, or the same question I have with San Jose is it sustainable? We'll see.
We'll see.
But so far, I've really loved what I've seen from Red Bulls and a Red Bull run, or a Michael Bradley run Red Bull team. Anything else you want to hit, Josh?
Just that I hate the temporary bleachers and the concourse looks miserable, but other than that, I don't think that's a hot take. So
no, I think a lot of people agree.
I think it's absolutely ridiculous that they're not playing this up in Salt Lake or down in Provo.
Yeah,
and they're just adding 8,000 seats and making it dangerous to move along the concourse. But whatever.
Shout out to the people on social media on Twitter who have been out posting their time lapse videos of them leaving the stadium because it looks dreadful, man.
Oh, I haven't been to the stadium yet, but I will be avoiding that area at all costs. So,
which is unfortunate because that's kind of the only side that connects things.
Yeah, I wonder how that's going to affect sales of concessions this year.
Yeah.
Probably a lot. Hope it was worth it. Anyway.
We'll see, man. We'll see.
It just feels so greedy.
Yeah.
Right? I appreciate you wanting to get... It's not that they wanted to get 8,000 extra people the opportunity to see Messi. They wanted the opportunity to charge 8,000 more people an exorbitant amount of money to see Messi, right? You could have done that with 30,000 extra seats. Yeah, you would have had to, share the take with one of the universities. But if you genuinely wanted the people of Utah, the kids that their parents can afford these ticket prices, an opportunity to see them, you would have done that. So it's just a greedy move to me. And the fact that they're going to be up all season and they're making it unbearable to walk there, it's just grimy to me. It's grimy. But that's capitalism. And, it is what it is.
The Miller Group, the new ownership, have been vocal about expansion, have been vocal about renovations to America First Field. And so I'm wondering...
It's a test run. Sure.
I wonder if it's some sort of test run to see if they can bridge something there to kind of connect the two, the west and the east side through the North Concourse, build some actual seating there and figure out ways to expand that area. I'm sure it's some sort of test run for the future.
Yeah, but if they actually expanded, right, they would move the concourse back because there's plenty of room to do that.
Right.
And this year, I don't know. I guess the Miami game only has an effect on attendance for one game. I don't know. I have my thoughts, right? I know there's probably plenty of angles to look at it from. But right now it's a salty angle. So
it doesn't look good.
Oh, it looks terrible. It looks absolutely terrible.
They try to put the tarps up to hide it a bit. They try to put the tarps up to make it look a little bit better. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's a makeshift stand. We know what it is. You can't hide it. It doesn't look good.
No.
And you're covering, this is part of the Mountain View, which I think everybody, goes out to America First Field to see.
Yeah, to an extent.
Yeah.
Right. I do agree that, an expansion in that end zone would be cool, especially if you could block off the sun a bit for the stands in the east. I'm totally fine with it happening, but it's just the way the concourse is. It just really bothers me. It's not safe.
Yeah, it's already crowded as
Not
it is.
safe. Yeah, it's not safe. That concourse is already so difficult to get through. I just hope there's no incidents, right? That's all.
Everybody, be aware of your surroundings. Be nice to the
Yes.
people around you. Everybody,
Don't run, don't trample, don't stampede, right?
yeah.
I mean, and honestly, like, if there's a lightning delay, get the hell out of there.
Oh man, I didn't even think about that, honestly.
Big metal seats, man.
Yeah, yeah. You know what though? I will say, for the first game at home, right, for the home opener, looking at it through the broadcast, like it looked like those seats filled up pretty nicely. So
Yeah, for sure. And for a cold February night when it's raining, like, attendance was good.
yeah. I'm not buying the sellout. Sorry,
Oh, it
RSL.
definitely wasn't sold out. They might have sold the tickets.
Yeah, they might have sold the
Giving them
tickets.
all away. But there were empty seats, plenty.
But there was a lot of empty seats for a home opener. So
Yes.
we'll leave it at that. Josh, anything else you want to add? Anything else you want to say? Anything else you want to throw out there before we wrap this one up, man?
Nah, I've had enough. Had enough complaining.
So with that, that's going to do it for us here on the RSL Show. Don't forget to go like. Don't forget to go subscribe. Don't forget to go follow. Don't forget to go do what you have to do to follow the RSL Show for the best RSL content. Real Salt Lake taking on Atlanta United on Saturday, 5:30 kickoff. You can catch that one, of course, on Apple TV. And we'll talk to you guys next week after the Atlanta game.